Hey Tube. So a lot of you probably wonder what is the fastest production car in the world right now, and the fastest production car that will take over that number one spot in the near future. So currently it is the Koenigsegg Agera RS, which has gotten up to 284.55 miles per hour on a shut down stretch of public road. And that is currently the fastest a car has ever gone to date. Now, to beat that out, we have this allegedly 5,000 horsepower Devel 16 Devel. So 5,000 horsepower in this Dubai hypercar versus the Koenigsegg, which did that 284 mile an hour run with only 1,360 horsepower. So if we can believe that this Devel is going to be produced with triple, almost quadruple the amount of horsepower, then this thing should be able to destroy that 284 mile an hour record. The only problem is it's not in production yet, whereas of course the Koenigsegg Agera RS has already been built and sold. So this will be the first Dubai hypercar, I guess you could say, unless you want to call the Lykan Hypersport a hypercar, but that only made like 700-ish horsepower from a twin-turbo V6, I believe. So maybe that's more of just a supercar. Y'all can define supercar, hypercar, however you like. I just am checking out this Devel 16. So, as you can see by the name, Devel 16 denotes a V16 engine. Now, this Carbuzz article made a little typo here. They meant to put V16 instead of V12. So a 12.3 liter V16. Now the highest displacement engine, I guess, maybe still on the market, but about to be axed, is the Dodge Viper. And that is a 8.4 liter V10. Now you would think that the Bugatti has a bigger displacement engine than the Viper, but it actually takes that number 2 spot if they're still making Vipers, but I'm pretty sure they're wrapping that up this year. Now the Bugatti also has 16 cylinders like the supposed Devel, but it is a W16 configuration, meaning there's 2 V8s next to each other. And so this only puts out 8 liters of displacement, whereas the Devel will have 12.3 liters and 5,007-ish horsepower. And their goal is to be the fastest car in the world, obviously, and go over 300 miles an hour. Now, the main reason that we don't have this Devel yet out in production is that this company, MAT, was helping, engineer and build the car, but they left the project. They're working on some Ferrari-based car, and they said bye-bye to Devel. And they also said the car was still acting pretty much like a giant wing, so the aerodynamics need major help if this car is going to stay planted on the road flying down the straightaway at over 300 miles an hour. Now this article was October 13th, 2018. We'll move on to February 18th, 2019, I believe. No, 2018. I'm sorry. So this was a little earlier. So this has a 2-year wait list. And does this kind of remind you of any company? I won't drop any names, but waiting on a certain vehicle to be made for years and years and years. So as of this article on February 18th, 2018, production is 2 years away. So that would put it at about early 2020. And we'll see if they're still on schedule, but I liked how they put this. We're selective about the buyers. The buyers don't pick the car picks the buyers. Well, the car's going to have to pick people who can afford over $1 million for this thing, because I know it's going to be at least $1 million, if not 2 or 3. So Muhammad, he found the company with his 2 brothers back in 2006. And look at this monster of a car. It looks absolutely insane. Obviously, it's only a prototype, but look at how long it is, how the front end has to dip, curve over to the middle, dip down the rear, and then up again. Obviously, it's going to be a mid-engine V16, and the V16 is going to have to fit all in this back area of the car. That's going to be crazy. Oh yeah, here we go. Base price of $1.6 million. So that's just the base price, but you already know if someone's going to be buying this, they're going to be checking up options. This car is going to be at least $2 million easy for people buying this. Top speed is said to be in the neighborhood of 310 miles per hour, a very similar figure to the upcoming Venom F5. Now here we have John Hennessy. He previously had the Venom GT, which I actually got to see in person while I was down in Texas, going to the tuner school there. I got to hear that thing fire up. The thing was so loud, I thought it was going to blast out my eardrums, but that Venom GT went 270.49 miles per hour, and I remember that. It's burned into my memory because I saw the big banner up on the wall inside their shop. But this is the new Venom F5 that they're building, and instead of 16 cylinders, they're only going to do it with 8 cylinders. But of course, it's going to be twin turbo, whereas that Bugatti has 4 turbochargers. The Venom F5 will have 2 turbochargers. It'll be 1,600 horsepower with a twin turbo V8. They're going for 301 miles an hour. They might have updated that since then, but they're trying to have a manufacturer, maybe Michelin, make them a custom tire to be able to handle over 300 miles an hour. So Devel, I would love to see you make this car. I would also love to see another company make a certain car that I have a reservation on. Mainly Mr. Paul Elio making the Elio. And the last bit I have for you is that we might see this come to fruition. So February 21st of 2019, just this past week, Devel says 2019 is the year. And a quote, "The production of Devel 16 is currently at full speed. Our goal is to reveal the production version of the car by year end." So end of 2019 is when they're going to reveal this. They'll probably go on sale as a 2020 model, maybe even a 2021 model. And because we'll keep you posted at a later date. So this is the year. Now, Koenigsegg Agera RS holding the record at 284 miles an hour. Will this Devel come out and swoop that record by having a top speed of over 300 miles an hour? Or will the Venom F5 take the record and be faster than the Devel? Because the Venom F5 is definitely going to be made. Because Hennessy already made the Venom GT. So the Venom F5 definitely going to be made. Bugatti Chiron. Do you think they'll make a Super Sport or a Vitesse model, whichever one was the faster one of the Veyron? If they make that in the Chiron, will they attempt a top speed run? Will it be Bugatti Chiron Super Sport versus the NMF5 versus the Devel 16, maybe a year or two from now, all battling it out for the top speed record? That's what I would love to see. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. The Devel is facing some setbacks, but apparently this is going to be the year. Let me know what you guys think about this animal. Look at the exhaust ports. They're F-15 fighter jet inspired. You could fit your head in those exhaust ports. You know the test where people will try to fit their fist in a exhaust tip? You could fit your whole head in there. That's crazy. At least from the pictures. I'd have to see it in person. But of course, I'm not going to be invited to the reveal of this, which would be mind-blowing. But yeah, here's a better picture. It looks from the pictures like your head is going to be able to fit in there in those exhaust ports. So yeah, Also, a V8 version is said to be in the works, and I have it on another article, but apparently those V8 versions will be twin turbo and will make 2,000 horsepower, and then another model of it will make 3,000 horsepower, but we all want to see the V16 in action with 5,000 horsepower. So, Devel, you need to find some tire company to make you a tire that can withstand speeds of over 300 miles an hour with all the heat being generated through that, rolling force and the friction force against the pavement. But if you do, I will lose my mind. My mind will just melt at a car going over 300 miles an hour in my lifetime. I know it's going to happen. I'm just patiently waiting for it to happen. So let me know what you guys think. And also, will the Devel enter production first, or will I get my Elio? You guys let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.